Also, there's so much modal mixture going on. What?
Yes, now you'll be reacting to the boy group GOT7's 2018 release called Lullaby, which is composed by Gloryface, Jake K, and Jin Lee. Lullaby was released in Korean, English, Chinese, and Spanish on their Present You album. And the lyrics describe the feeling of serenity we experience hearing the voice of the person we're in love with.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Crickets. Ooh boy. What is that? It's a synthesizer, but it scoops into all of the notes.
That was a nice intro. I like that. That was catchy.
Man, I swear, every single one of these just has really good synths.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Like,
Well, I just think the music feels a lot more like serious and structured. That their color scheme is just very like pastel and like.
But listen to
happy.
the like bloops.
Oh, I'm enjoying this a lot. Don't get me wrong.
I think it matches.
Also, there's so much modal mixture going on. What?
Oh my gosh, I love his voice.
This. I was just gonna say the vocal
rhythm?
quality right there. Yeah.
Like that is so cool.
Like the slap bass. That teddy bear is weird as fuck.
They put a lot of like energy and effort into.
Why do I feel like this is a music video about them getting high? That's my conspiracy theory. I figured it out.
Like, it's not the most memorable melody, but it goes all over the place, and I really love that. And by the time you get the AAAs, you're like, yeah, this feels like it should be here.
There's so much mixture. There is so much mixture. Like, it definitely feels more minor to me, but there is so much mixture that I can't even tell.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's like really groovy. It's really catchy.
bass line's really good.
Yeah, man.
See, the pads have like this rhythm to it.
The what?
Like it's like pulsated, like these little background synth things. It's like pretty neat. Adds a little bit more rhythmic depth.
It's so intricate. Like, gosh.
This part is actually way more melodic than the rest of it. Like, it's much more bare bones. It's interesting. It has a good effect. The contrast is good. Because otherwise the texture is like really dense up to that point. It's a pretty unique chorus.
And I like how it's not any chords or anything like that. They're not necessarily sustained. They're more like punches.
Yeah.
It's like a really nice texture. Like everything is rhythmic.
But still, like, the sound is big.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's not like they're not holding like whole notes throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like every instrument's playing at a different syncopation, and it just works together.
There's so many different, like, pre-recorded drum beats happening.
Yeah.
Like, they change for every part of the song. Like, the verse, the leading up to the chorus, the bridge, like, everything. It's all a different bass beat. But I feel like we've heard all of them before, you know? Like,
Oh,
these
they're
are,
all
they're
the very
totally, like,
standard pop.
samples. Yeah, like, but, like, there isn't one consistent one through the whole piece.
Yeah. The cricket sounds.
What? Whoa. Oh my
What?
god, it's all like in the person's eye.
It was all a dream. What?
Beauty's in
That's
the
why
eye
it's
of
called
the beholder.
Lullaby.
Wow.
Okay, so that had to do with the loved one you hear speaking. So like maybe that's the mind of him hearing someone he loves speak. It's like chemicals,
Yeah.
brain chemicals, hormones.
I thought they did a really cool job, like using all the mixture, and there were so many sounds, but they all kind of functioned as like instruments or percussion, because it was very light. Like there were not a lot of actual instruments, like in instrumentals. I think they used a lot of synth sounds instead, but I think that worked with the the whole overall weirdness
Yes.
that was all of this.
it was quirky and dreamlike.
Yes,
And at the
quirky.
beginning,
Quirky, that is the
super
perfect
quirky.
word.
I was like, why is it beginning with crickets? And then it ended with crickets. And then I was like, oh, it's called lullaby. So like that
It's like
maybe
nighttime,
signifies
you think about,
nighttime,
yeah.
you know?
See, I'm telling you, like they're tripping crazy balls.
Yeah, that was okay. Also, not a lullaby. Can confirm. I did like it a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
It was not a lullaby. But
Felt like a mixture of R&B and club music. Started off with a really R&B feel, starting it off with a rap, which was a really cool choice. I
Yeah.
thought like that was like awesome.
yeah,
But then like once the beat really came in, it really went real club. Not like, you know, dubstep club, but just like dance club.
yeah. Also, like the video was so cool. How
It
they were
was
like
so
switching
cool.
between all the sets. And
Okay, so here's where I think they're just like completely just.
You know this stuff happens in dreams too.
Okay, yeah, but look, there was at one point where in the choreography they went like this, and then they all
It's a
flicked it
kiss.
away. Yeah, okay.
dreaming.
But then like everything started flying out of the refrigerator as he had the munchies. He went to the fridge to go get a snack, and then all the food started flying at him, and he couldn't handle it.
Okay. Anyways,
It definitely had like a lot of texture. I think I would have liked to seen a little bit more of the contrast you were talking about, because there's like a little bit of it, but it kind of seemed that the texture was just kind of like all in from the beginning.
Well, that seemed to kind of be the point of this,
That's true.
like semi-club music. But yeah, like when they did the texture with like, well, it wasn't the chorus, but when they looked like, you know, Maroon 5 dancing, you know, like with like black and white.
Right,
flashing,
right.
That part, that was good because it was mostly like a melodic line, and then everything else, instead of there just being this like pulsating thing behind it and everything and all the textures with that, there's really just the voice, and that was actually worked well. And it wasn't too different either.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
contextually it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty repetitive, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of have the thing against like having this like just that sound just continuously go on. So I felt like I was gonna fall asleep actually. It sounded like techno funk. So you have like these like synthetic sounds like that go forward into your earphones and come back into the background, back and forth, and you have the flares like whoop whoop, just floating around. Their vocals are really good. There's that one vocalist who said, "There's like I want something." Yeah, very good voice. But just like, man, it felt like the texture was like very much similar. And then having that continuous bass line, like the rhythms changed it for sure, but then it didn't hit me as much for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, it's the same type of the quality when it's like played out, but then it's just changed in different rhythms. But that wasn't enough for me.
Huh. My view is it operates on a smaller box, like it doesn't go full out with its stylistic changes, but within that small box that they set up, there's a solid amount of variety. So respectfully disagree. Yeah. I mean, I like this song. I've reacted to it already, but like hearing it again actually cemented my love for it. It just feels like it doesn't try too hard, but it still manages to be super funky, and there's the vocal range goes all over the place. It's a good banger.
That was not a lullaby.
Yeah, okay. So we should compare this to the most famous lullaby, Brahms' Lullaby. Just kidding. They're very different.
How are they very different?
Okay, so Brahms like didn't write as much for synth and drum beats. He also primarily wrote his music in German as opposed to Korean. Those are the main differences.
I was thinking more that it was very high energy. I mean, the tempo was quite fast, which when you think of lullabies, usually they are either slow or they like get slower.
I thought this was gonna be
so
like
that
a ballad.
it makes you like feel sleepy and quiet, and so the fast tempo, the constantly changing drum samples, the high energy dancing that was happening. I mean, none of it really spoke as a lullaby to me, which I'm sure they have their reasons for why they did that.
You know that American song that's like, I just want to be part of your symphony or whatever, like the one it's called like Symphony, but it's not a symphony. It's a pop song. That's exactly like that.
I was thinking that this was maybe commentary on how like love ballads are a thing, and you speak about like these intense emotions you're feeling, but it's done in a very like relaxed and soft and gentle environment. But like to them it's like exciting. I mean, you know, the love is often considered a drug, and it makes you feel just like super energized and super alive, and maybe it's commentary and sort of subverting and trying to change this idea that love songs have to be a lullaby, but they don't. I mean, sometimes love makes you want to get up and dance.
Yeah, exactly. Hello everyone, I'm omg-horns channel creator, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed or learned something from it. If you'd like to support us or help ReacttotheK grow, you can do so by visiting our Patreon and help us out by pledging any amount you can. Big tip of the hat to our Superstar Idol patrons. Thanks for the love. Till next time.